Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Mr. Stevie J893 and I'm back with another video. This is like the third video where you see me wearing this shirt. This is all the same day. I just did 3 different videos today. Alright, this is my third and final video, and if you have watched any of my other videos before, you know that a couple months ago I picked up the Galaxy S3, and shortly after picking it up I did what I felt was the top 5 apps on the phone at that time. Alright, I've had this phone now probably about almost 3 months now, and since then I've come across quite a few more apps that really blow the apps that I originally recommended out the water. They're still good for use, but the ones that I'm getting ready to tell you about today are just absolutely awesome. So let's get started. The first app that I want to talk to you about, one that you've all heard about, is the Go Launcher. Now, you already know the Galaxy S3 ships using TouchWiz. So I went ahead and I downloaded the Go Launcher. I mean, it's a really nice launcher. There's really, for me, there's nothing wrong with TouchWiz, but I like a couple of things that the Go Launcher provide, and one of them is this. Yep, you can see your apps in landscape mode. So I thought that was pretty cool. And also I wanted to have access to a couple of their other features that supposedly help with battery consumption. I haven't seen too much of that, so I'm still kind of experimenting with it, but I'm not too sure. But Go Launcher is a really good alternative if you want to switch from whatever skin you may be using, whether it's HTC, whether it's TouchWiz, or whatever. Go Launcher is a really good launcher to use. And right along in that same Go family, I downloaded the Go Task Manager. All right, this is it here. Now, there's really not much need for this because the Galaxy S3 comes with its own task manager, but I downloaded it anyway to see how it would work as far as, work with the Go Launcher as well as the Power Master, which I'm going to talk about next. But what it does is it shows you how much of your memory is actually being used with this little gauge up at the top, and then it shows you what's using your battery. And so what you can do is you have the option to go along here and just stop. So if you can see these apps right here, if we wanted to, we could just go in and press stop, and that would end those apps right there. But I'm actually finding that some of these they start right back up. So rather than waste time, stopping something that's just going to start back up 5 seconds later, just let it go for now. Besides, we're in the middle of a video. Alright, so that's the Go Task Manager. Again, it's not necessarily important that you have this, but I just downloaded it as part of Go with the launcher and the Power Master. So I just want to see how it all worked together. And that brings me to the third Go app, and that's the Go Power Master. Now this has a feature on here. If you see at the top, it tells you how much battery life you have left. Now this says, according to this here, 24 hours and 56 minutes. Now, a lot of people, when they see that, they might get excited thinking they've got a whole day's worth of battery left in there. But I'm here to tell you that's not the case. This counter up at the top, I'm finding to be wildly inaccurate, because basically what it's saying is if you do nothing else with this phone, that's how much time you're going to get left. Now, if you start going in here, using apps, using the internet and whatnot, it's going to change, and it's going to change drastically. So, I mean, this kind of lets you know at a glance, if you're not doing anything else, how much battery life you'll have left. All right, also, it's got a feature down here, if you see right here where it says Smart. That lets you know what mode your phone is in, well, what features are available based on the mode that you're in. So right now, in this particular mode, you can actually look in your pull-down bar. Okay, going to your pull down bar, and it shows you what you've got. So I've got brightness, I've got Wi-Fi, and I've got sync running. Everything else is grayed out. And then also, it tells you a list of modes here. And now, one thing I have found that helps out with battery life, I've seen it on a lot of forums online. Galaxy S3 users complaining of going to bed at night with a fully charged phone and waking up with 40 or 50%. Now, I'm not sure what may be going on, but what I have found that works for me is this. After fully charging my phone at night, I get up and I use the phone's task manager and swipe out any apps that may be open. And then I restart the phone and come into here and change this. I go into what's known as alarm mode. Now, according to this phone, with alarm mode, I'll get 36 hours of battery life. But the bottom line is, alarm mode shuts everything down. And as soon as you hit alarm mode, I'll just do it for example. So you hear that beep. That means it's switched. It's got the volume on in case the phone rings. So in alarm mode, the only thing that's on is the phone, and the screen's actually going to close out here within a couple seconds, or at least it should. And it's okay, and there it is. Now it just shut off on you. Now that's a really good feature that I found. I go to bed with a full battery, and I'm waking up in the morning with 96, 97%, and this is sleeping, 6, 7 hours. So I am finding that helps a great deal. All right, and this is all again part of that Go Power Master. The Go Task Manager, it's not necessary that you have that, but as far as the Go Power Master, I would definitely recommend that. And that, it may help with some of the problems that people are having with battery consumption with the Galaxy S3. All right, the fourth app that I'm going to talk about real quick is an old friend. You know this screen, you know what I'm talking about. If not, this is Temple Run 2. This is the successor to Temple Run. Uh, I've had this game probably about 4 or 5 days now, and it's just as addictive as Temple Run. You've got, instead of apes chasing after him, you've got a giant sloth chasing your character from the very start. You've got where he's jumping on ropes, sliding through things. You've got spiked logs rolling at him that he's got to jump over. Here you go, right here. If you haven't seen any of the opening credits, I'll just show you this here. The graphics are greatly enhanced on it. All right, and that's about as far as we're going right now. But I'll tell you, this Temple Run 2 is a great successor to Temple Run. Like I said, you've got ropes that he's got to slide down. You've got the bridges that are only half. You can only run on one side of them. They're still there. You've even got mine cars where he actually goes into a mine on a rail in a rail car, and half the rail will disappear. So you'll have to lean into the appropriate side. Uh, it's a great addition to any gamer. Whether you have it on tablet or phone, it's a great addition. All right, the next app that I want to talk about is one, I had some reservations about downloading it, and that's LinkedIn. The reason I had reservations about downloading this is because if you read in the Play Store, any of the reviews, everybody says that they had issues with logging in, and it would get hung up and it wouldn't log anybody in. So I considered this for about a week, and I really was about to the point to where I wasn't going to download it, but I decided to go ahead and try, and I'm glad I did because I have not had any problems. It's logged me in straight from day one. I can go from one screen to the next. I can swipe up and down. There's no issues with it. There's no lag. If I want to go to another screen, I can just come here. Uh, I can check, different the web stream or whatever that's going on here. There's no issues. I like it. It's a great networking tool. I've actually met a couple people on here, and doing a little bit of networking there. So it's a great tool. I definitely recommend if anybody, you may be looking for work, or you already have work, but you're looking to move up higher or whatever, or you're just looking to network with other people. This is a great tool, and there's also a YouTube channel on here too. So I definitely recommend that. That's the LinkedIn app. All right, next is along that same line, Friendcaster. All right, now if you look on the App Store, you'll see that there's two different Friendcasters. There's one for Twitter, there's one for Facebook. You select whichever one is appropriate for you, or both. For me, I downloaded the Facebook or the Friendcaster for Facebook, and I downloaded this and got rid of the Facebook app that was on the phone because the Facebook app on the phone is basic. There's only so much that you can get into before you get frustrated and you end up having to go back to the computer. So with this here, with Friendcaster, there's a whole lot more features that you can access. Really, everything that you access on a desktop computer, you can access through Friendcaster. So it's a great app. All right, so if you got, your news feed is here, it'll show everything that's in it. Takes a couple seconds to show the pictures, but everything's there. It's a great app. This next app that I want to talk about is an app called Airdroid. All right, everybody knows with the Galaxy S3 it comes with keys, and you need to install that on your computer. And everybody knows the problem that keys can be, especially as it relates to transferring information from your phone to your computer. So this is so simple to use, this Airdroid. All you do is you download this app. You download Airdroid. It tells you the website right here. You download that website onto your computer, the HTTP. Download that to your computer. And what you'll do is it'll give you a little code down here at the bottom of the screen. You enter that code on the code block on your computer screen, and it syncs it right there. And you can just sit here and move whatever. You can actually do it through your laptop. Is so easy. You can go right into your phone, see what's in your folders on your phone, move stuff, save stuff. You can move stuff from the phone to the computer or from the computer, back. Great app to use, and it's a whole lot better and easier to use, more user-friendly than Key. So I highly recommend that. That's Airdroid. All right, next is one that may help the audio files out here, and this is called Shazam. All right, with Shazam, all you do is if you happen to be listening to a song on the radio, say for instance, if you don't know, the artist who's singing, but you hear it and you really like it, all you do is you pull Shazam up and you tap that button there and it'll start searching. It'll take a second, it'll search, and then it'll tell you who the artist is. All right, and then you have the option right there. You can listen to that song, or you can actually buy it and download it to your phone. All right, so I'm going to show you a quick example. So we'll take this back a little old school here. See what you guys know about this. Now this is playing on my computer. This is Alexander O'Neal, and the song is called. So what we're going to do is use Shazam and see if it'll recognize the song. So there it is. It shows you the name up top. Now it doesn't have the album art for this particular song, but also if you look down here, it gives you an option to listen to the song on the radio, to share it, to watch it on YouTube. Right, so let's see what else we have here. Alright, so everybody remembers that. Alright, so it shows you right there. It's a really good app, and it works really good. And that is called Shazam. Alright, next app. Now, it's one I have on here, but I have it on my tablet, and I use it better on there. And it's called Kingsoft Office. Alright, here it is, Kingsoft Office. Alright, what this is a full-featured Office suite, basically. It has the same functionality as Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and Excel, and it's free. You can get this right off the market, and you can go in here. You can edit. You can save. Everybody keeps making a big deal about this Google Drive and all of that, and I'm not using it. I like this right here. I mean, even though Google Drive is free and you can view certain things. This Kingsoft Office, you can view, you can edit, you can save, and even though it's not Microsoft Word, I've sent documents using this here. I've sent this to my computer at work, or to my email at work. The computer that I use at work uses Microsoft Word. I've downloaded, edited, and then resent the same document back and viewed it on my MacBook Pro. And you already know that with Pages you can view Word documents. But the point is, this thing has so much functionality. You can edit it. Like I said, you can save documents. You can do the same thing with PowerPoint, Excel, and PowerPoint slides. Yeah, and all of that is in here. All the functionality is free. The developers keep it updated. I highly recommend this. Um, Coming up to the end now. All right, let's get on with this. If you can see up at the top here, I have a pretty transparent weather widget. It's called Transparent Weather Clock. All right, and what this is, you can't even see the lines of where the widget starts and ends, and that's one of the beautiful things I like about it. But looking at it, it shows you, the city. It shows you the time, the date, your weather conditions, the temperature, as well as the high and the low. And another thing you can adjust, and here's the transparency and the opaqueness. You can adjust whether it's clear, like how I have it. I like it like this because I like to be able to see, whatever pictures I have as a wallpaper. I like to be able to see that. I don't like, a lot of clutter and stuff like that. So you can adjust it to be clear like this, or you can adjust it and add a little bit of tint. And I think going in and setting up the tint, it adjusts by 10%. So you can, right here, I've got it, I think at 0%. So you can see all the way through it. And you can just adjust it in 10% increments and get it as light or as dark as you want it. It's a really, really good app. Again, that's called Transparent Weather Widget. All right, and following up with that along the same line is glass widgets. Now, this one I added, I couldn't really decide which between those two I like the best, between the transparent weather widget and glass widgets. I like them both, so I decided to keep them. Now, the beautiful thing about this here is, again, it shows you, you can set it, you can download just one panel, or you can download the entire thing. And since I got glass widgets all, I went ahead and downloaded all. There's actually three, but I cut one of them out, so there's only two panels here. This top panel, I'm doing the weather. It shows you the weather with the high and low for the day, and then it shows you the next 3 days. Right below that, it shows you the date, the day, the date, the month, and the year, and then whatever items you have on the calendar. And you can set that up whatever way you want to. You don't have to have it in this exact order the way I do, but you can set that up any way you want to. Really, really nice feature. Again, it's called Glass Widgets. And last but certainly far from least, and it's actually probably my favorite app that I've downloaded, and that is Zedge. Zedge has a motto. When it pulls up on the screen, it says "Free your phone," and that's one of the things that I really like about it. Zedge is an application where you can download wallpapers, you can download ringtones, notifications, and games, and truly make your phone feel like an extension of you. As a matter of fact, all of the wallpapers that I have on my phone are from Zedge, and you can set it to adjust um, with whatever frequency you want. I set mine to adjust once every hour. So it shows you here, this is the screen logging in. Then it comes in and then it begins to show, and you can just go through and search for whatever wallpapers that you want. So it shows you on this main home screen, it shows you how many wallpapers, how many live wallpapers, how many notifications and games. That's total that you have to pick from. Then you tap the downloads button and it shows you what you've actually downloaded. So you can see I've actually downloaded 709 wallpapers, and I'm telling you, they are all crystal clear. For the longest on my MacBook Pro, I have an application called Wallpapers HD, and that I thought was some of the most beautiful wallpapers I had ever seen, or pictures, period. Zedge is right there with it. The photos that are there. All right, there's one right there. Beautiful shot. Even the shots that aren't necessarily real that they go in and edit, they're just beautiful shots. All right, but that's the last app that I was going to talk to you about today, and that again, that's Zedge. If you don't have that and you've got an Android phone, you really haven't made your phone your own. Let me know what you guys think about these apps and down in the comments below. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.